So this is the hero section that you will learn to build today using Lovable. This hero section is using a new library that I just learned about. It's pretty awesome. That is easy, so much easier to use than some other libraries that I had used in the past. I will show you the library. I show you how to write the prompts, and it will have these new amazing modern hero section in just maybe 25-30 minutes. Okay, so here we have some animations that is pretty cool. So you see here that the image from the stack image is matching the background, and the background is also matching the text from our H1. So if we change here, it will also change to New York, Tokyo, and Madrid. We have here this cool form here to start your trip, to generate your itinerary. We have our navigation, we have here our drop down, but the goal here is to show you how to build this hero section. So if you're interested in learning how to do this Lovable and have an amazing design in your Lovable app, make sure to stay to the end. So this is the app that we are going to work with today. I didn't have to write one single prompt to build this app. All the prompts were wrote by Scopesable. Okay, I had to I built the scope, I built the user flows, and then I generated the prompt using our build sequence tool. So if we see here, if we view the first prompt, this is the first prompt from here. If we go to next, let's go to next prompt. Is our style guide that I built with the other tool. This one through here. Sure. And then the second prompt, the actual prompt, is build a login page, build a login sign up authentication feature. Build login sign up authentication feature. So all the prompts, if we look to here in the statistics, we had 121 prompts. Of course, probably 60% of these prompts are tests that I was doing while building this feature. That this was my main test environment. This is the app that I use for testing this tool. So we have 121 prompts, 120 were implemented. We had 120 analytics, and 99% of the project is completed. So this is the app that we are going to work with today. If we go here, we can see that we have most of this app is built already. Okay, we have a list of trips. We can create a new one. We can edit one. We can go to the map that is not connected to Google yet. We can go to our itinerary. This itinerary was generated by AI. So AI look the where we are traveling, how many travelers we have, how many days we're going to stay, and give us the itinerary that we have for all 10 days in this case. Okay, including like getting into the place and going back home. Here we have the packaging list. We can generate a packaging list. We have the cost. We can generate costs again based on the amount of travelers and where we are going, the hotel we chose, the place for the flights and whatever. But the goal here is to take this and turn it into a better, way better hero section. But with this, we have an overview of what the app is, what we can achieve with the app, and what is the main goal for our users. So the main goal is our users can come here, write where they are going, how many days they're going to stay, how many travelers they have on their trip, and it will generate the itinerary, the packaging list, the budget, and whatever we need for this. And this is the library that we are going to use it for this project. I didn't test it yet, so we're going to do it together. This is the first time that I'm using this library. This is the first time that I'm using any of the components from them. So I saw a couple of them. I already choose one that might work for our project, because the overall idea is to grab the components here, send it to Lovable, the code, tell the what do we need to the installations that we need for this, and then use the code from the components to build our hero section. And then the idea of the hero section is to have a couple of cards, and then we move the cards, we change the place that we are going. So we will have like 3 or 4 places, let's say Paris, Madrid, New York, and Tokyo. So with these places, we will have one background image and one card image and one title for each one. So if we go here, we can see that we have all the steps. So we have, we need to manually install the GSAP, okay? And then we can copy the components, right? We can copy the code and send to Lovable. The component that I want is this one here. This is the one that I want to use. So the idea is we take this, we go, and while we are doing this, we change the card and we change the background of our hero section. So we change the background and we change like the title or the description and whatever you want to make it unique per city, per location. Let's see the dependencies. So we need to add motion. Okay. So, okay, that's the only one that we need. Okay, so it's not GSP. Okay. One thing that I will do, I will use the chat so it can like understand what I want and explain me if it will be able to perform this or not. Sometimes, depending on what we want to install as a library, maybe it already have added before we asked, or we have dependencies that require other libraries or the other dependencies to be already installed. So you see here that we have conversation in your have installing motion, which I assume is framer motion. Yes, it's an excellent choice. Okay, benefits. Okay, let's just, so here it's telling me that it will install setup motion. Okay, here's saying that we'll already add some animations to our hero section. So let's just install, let's do it all. Let's do our Lovable ones and let's see what will be our the results of this. Okay, so Lovable finished adding our importing motion, installing motion, and it did create some animations to our hero section already. So if we refresh, we will see here the animations, like pretty cool. Like we have the button here, the hover animation. We have here also some animations. But yeah, let's start with what do we actually want. So this is the, again, this is the component that I chose. Okay, you can like change a little bit here. It's just so you can see the way that I want a little bit more like this, a bit more height, maybe, yeah, like this. Okay, pretty cool. If we come here to code, we see that we have the usage. So the usage is how we are going to add to our index page. Okay, in this case, we have a component called hero section. So we will add this component here, the stack, into our hero section component. The code is the code of the component that we are going to build, and here below we have the CSS for this component. So here it's telling me that I need to create a new file called stack CSS, and then we add this CSS here, and we will import to our component and then import the component in our usage. Okay, so here first, the first thing that we have to do is add our CSS. So we will grab the code here, copy. We will build a new component called stack, and we need first to create a new file, new CSS file called stack CSS with following code. Okay, let's try to run these first. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's Lovable think. Let's see if created properly. Okay, components, CSS. Okay, it's good. Now what we have to do is come here, copy these, and then add in here with now let's build a new component called stack. Okay, let's see if we have any specification here. Add this component to our sections page, right? Sections page. To our sections folder. The component must be called stack, and this is the proper code. We need to replace the images to the ones attached. Let me attach the image that I created, so then we can do these properly. Okay, I have one here for Madrid, one for Tokyo, one for, let's see, New York, and one for Paris. Okay. Let's wait Lovable to load these images. And one thing that I will do here for this specific component is I will add the chat, because I want to make sure that it will get these images, it will add to our project, and then use these images to our project, and also build the component into the right place. When you use chat and Lovable, it basically tells you what it will do. When you don't use, basically just do whatever it's easier. When you click the thing, it will create a plan first. For something that is like easy like this, if we had built already another component like this, if we already had used this library, you will probably want me to use the chat. You already know that we have to create like the CSS, then the component, and then apply the component into the page or the other component that we want. And then the images we could also add separately, attach the images, add to the public section, to the public folder, and then add to our code, ask to add to our code. Let's see here, that is just finding the folder. Here we found the folder sections. It will check the directory structure, probably checking if we have any other folder inside this one.
Uh,
Now it's checking for the components inside. Let's see if we have any other
component here that is sections. Yeah, so we have all the components from our for our index page. Okay, I can see
copy uploaded travel images, public destinations. That's pretty good. Okay, it will rename the images. That's
good also. Now let's see if we
can implement this and see how it goes. Okay, let me just check one thing. Performance one, optimize image loading, add loading states if needed, ensure compatibility.
Yeah, we don't want to add to our index. But you can tell this after.
Now let's see here. Okay, so we can actually we don't need to hard code the images. We can use like, because of course if you want to use this component for more than one component, for more than one page with different images, let's say if you want to make these dynamic, so like the user have a profile and have some images and you want to make these to fetch the database and take the image from the user and add into this stack component like we're doing here. You can just use the from the variables from this actual component that we are building. Okay, in this case the stack is called images, so when you import this component into your page, for example, you can use the dynamic images. You don't need to hard code these images. Okay, so we see here that it was word edit. Okay, so we have all the images, we have the stack in sections like we asked for. Now let's take this and this, import this as to Kotlin. Now we rule to add the component stack into, and here's one thing that I always recommend you to do. Come here and select the path of the component that you want to modify, so you can save in tokens. You will not have to search for the component to add. You already added the path, so it's way easier for the AI. Now we need to add the component stack into, okay,
using the following codes.
Now we just need to remove these images because we actually added the images
in here, right? Let me just make sure. Yes, we have the images here. Okay, so we can remove this because we don't want the images to be dynamic. Import. Okay, let me just check again the preview that we did. The width 220, height, let's do 280.
Let's see if it works like this. Cards data, we don't want this, so let's remove this. Rotation true. Yeah, let's see if it goes without us asking to chat first. Let me just check the sensitivity. Sensitivity was 200. Let's check here the 180. Okay, it's pretty good also. Rhythm rotation 2.
Okay, that's also okay. Okay, let's see what Lovable would do for us.
Okay, added in here. That's fine. That's what we wanted. That's what we asked for. Okay, that's pretty good. I like these. That the code that we copied don't have this border here. It's better. Now we had to actually build a prompt to build what we want to build, because this is just us adding stuff, adding the assets that we need to build the hero section. But now what we will do is this. Okay, we will write the prompt to build the hero section, the actual real set hero section. And first, what I will do is, again, come here, check our hero section, and now let's do this. We mean to or funny our hero section. Then let's come back here so I can see. We will change a couple of things. So first, we'll remove this badge here. We need to make the following changes. Running. Let's do this with this. Remove the AI powered travel AI. Travel only badge at the top. Please save some prompts, some tokens. Then what we want is to the H1 must. Okay, one thing that I forgot. We need to give context to build this, so we need to modify. So here I did some context. I gave some context so Lovable knows what we are about to do, what's our goal. So here I just wrote, we want to change the hero section to be more modern. The goal is to make the background image dynamic, change it based on our component, that our stack component, card image. That is the code that we are using to just show the image, the current image in here, okay, in our image component inside the stack component. Then we also need to change our H1, that is our title in our hero section, to be the travel destination. So we have Tokyo, Madrid, New York, Paris. So it will probably have to check the name of the image, like we have here the card name. And then here we need to modify our hero section. We need to make the following changes. So here first, we need to remove this badge. This is what I want. Then the H1 must be, let's make line left and white color. Then in here we want to add overlay div with a gradient like color, an overlay color, and the stack to above the generate my Gmail inputs div. What else we want? Let's make it simpler. Remove the string.
let's call this, let's check here. Hero section. Travel destination stack. Feature highlights. Okay. Let's remove the feature highlights. And what is the name of our input? Here, true form. To off the and let's take this here and add in here. Okay.
So this is just adding this text just make this text make easier for the AI to find what it needs to find, because here it's searching, it's basically reading the entire page. So it's easier if we actually add the tags. Okay, so we need to modify.
Okay. Add overlay. Change the. Oops. Send. Okay.
Let's do this first, then we can change the Navi if we want.
And okay, let's try this again without the chat. Let's see if it's able to perform. Let's see.
Okay, so this is what Lovable returned to us. We see here that we have our images, the background, we have overlay. I already can see that the images are now matching. So here we have Tokyo, and here we have Madrid. So the title of the H1 is based on the background image. So if we change here, we'll change to Tokyo. It will change to actually to the one that is being added to the background. So let me just check here the stack. Let's try to ask Lovable to actually change it. So one thing that I want to change is when we change the background, we should not remove the title.
Okay, let's try this, covering 80% of the width. Let's try not be too specific. Let's add to context. Here are a couple of things we need to change and our section. Let's add these guys here to separate each one, where each one starts, and what else we can change in here.
I don't think that we have anything that we should change.
Yeah, let's try this, and then we can change the handbar.
Okay, so Lovable fixed the matching. So here we have New York, New York. If we change, we have Madrid, Madrid, Madrid. Okay, in all places. It's sent to from the bottom. We can actually change this to 100, and we can remove the navbar. What's it called, the background. Change these to white. Change this guy here to white. So let's do this.
Let's make some improvements. To our section, and then header. The itinerary form can be 10% width, and let's do white background and send the button to the same line from our inputs, and remove the icon from this button. And then has our okay. Now for our header must have transparent background. Do nav items must do test white. Okay. By white text. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't know if this prompt is good enough, so let's just try to use the chat so we can finish this. Okay. So again, like I said, using the chat, it will create the plan. It will give us the context that it will use to do the modifications, and then we can check if it is the way that we want. So here first is reading again the hero section to see how it is set up, to find the navigation or header, to find the form. So here's telling us that we'll change the from 80% to 100%, change the background to white instead of 5-column, add a 5-column grid instead of 4-column grid. Remove the icon. Okay, good. We'll update the grid system to accommodate the button line. That's good. The header navigation change. Remove the background. Add the background transparency. I want to be full transparency, but we can change this manually later. Navigation text color will be muted further on to text white, and it will just information details. Okay, let's implement this. Okay, so I think it didn't understood properly. Let's just confirm. Okay. If we go to navigation, let's see here, background is transparent, background blur. Okay. But if we go to the index page, yeah, actually it goes directly to navigation. It's because the navigation is not inside the hero section, so we need to add the navigation into our maybe into our hero section, or change the zeta index. Okay, let's try this. Let's add proper components. Navigation looks still show a white background because our layout is not properly sought. Currently we are using the font Lorella relative, but we need to be automate. So the navigation is in front of our hero section. Okay, let's shows. Okay, maybe this will work. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. Okay, now it's pretty good. Let's just change this button here. Now let's do one thing, because I think, let me just refresh this and let's see if everything's working.
Okay, so here we have Tokyo, but here we have Paris. Okay, when
me load the page, the UX page. The first time hero section background image match the H1 for not a stack. So add a hard coded start to our stack to always start from
let's always start from a tree.
and then a background image and H1 should do the same. It's also the sign up. This is called sign up, sign in button from our navigation must be white text, and when hovered, light green. Let's use the chat to see if it would do what we want it to do. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so I implemented the plan. So if we refresh the page, we should see Madrid everywhere. The background, the text, and the stack image. So if we change here, go to Paris, we go to New York, we go to Tokyo, and back to Madrid. This will be like a great page, reading hero section for, I don't know, maybe for Airbnb or for a hotel that has hotels in these locations. Okay, so today we learned how to grab the library, how to grab the component from the library and add to Lovable to be usable. And we built a great hero section. You can copy these hero section to and change to the industry, change to cars, change to clothes, whatever you want. You have here an interactive, maybe add some elements here saying, hey, cheat card, or move the cards so the user knows what to do. So for what we wanted, it's pretty cool. It's pretty well designed, and just like 25 minutes. So this is pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see here in the whole page. You see here Madrid, you see the stacked images. I really like this guy here. Okay, so this is what we learned today. If you liked the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I see that probably 90% of people watching these videos are not subscribed. Subscribe to this channel really helps me to spread the videos to more people. So if you liked, make sure to subscribe, give a like. If you want, I have my social media in the description. Also have a link to my app's code flow. And thanks for staying with me until now, and see you in the next one.